Hello everyone, today in this video we'll be doing a complete tier list guide for the version 2.4 of Wuthering Waves. So as we all know, in the anniversary patch of 2.4 Wuthering Waves, we got a new character, Zani, a Spectro DPS character who power crept literally every previous DPS out there. So we're gonna rank all the characters. We're gonna rank every character that's in Wuthering Waves. All right, we have 5 types of tier list. We have S, A, B, C, D. All right, so if you just found me on YouTube, and what are you waiting for? Like, subscribe, share the video out. Let's dive in. So the first character that I'll be ranking is gonna be our Zani. Zani is the most powerful DPS Spectro character right now, currently in Wuthering Waves. Okay, Zani has power grab literally every other DPS out there, and it's actually insane. I mean, we all saw it coming. Yeah. So yeah, the reason why I'm putting Zani is probably because of her insane abilities, insane strengths. Number one is that she's a very premium Spectrofrezzle DPS. She can immediately trigger all Spectrofrezzle stats to deal damage. Zani's attacks also scale with Frezzle damage for added multipliers. She has a low skill floor, high skill ceiling. Her kit is very easy to use, but has different combination for all skill levels. She can fully block attacks, able to parry attacks with her ready stance, can receive damage reduction over a few seconds, and she has a very balanced kit which deals a lot of which deals good damage, provides extra buffs to her team via her outro skill, and she can soak up enemies' attacks. The only disadvantage of Zani is that you cannot use Zani outside of Spectrofrezzle teams, so you do have to keep that in mind. But I think that shouldn't be an issue for you, because I don't see you using Zani outside of Spectrofrezzle team. All right, okay. And Zani, of course, I'm gonna put her, like I mentioned, her strengths and weaknesses, and she's very powerful top tier DPS. She fully utilizes the Spectrofrezzle mechanic to deal damage. She's an amazing unit. Then she can deal high damage combos through her heavy slashes that scales of heavy attack and Frezzle damage. She can also fully parry enemy attacks and has built-in damage reduction, making her quite tanky on field. Okay, so yeah, and you can use her with Phoebe, and if you don't have Phoebe, you can use her with Phoebe, or you can use her with Spectre Rover as well, because Spectre Rover is also very good. So yeah, all right, the next character that I will be ranking is most likely gonna be Phoebe. Phoebe is going to be my next character that I'm going to put at S rank. Okay, now Phoebe, the reason is that Phoebe, she has a Spectrofrezzle mechanic in her kit, and she synergizes really well with Zani, in fact. So yeah, she works great with Zani. Phoebe, she can use Phoebe as a sub DPS. You can use like a Moonlight set on Phoebe, or you can build her as a sub DPS, and you just pair her with Zani, and they will beat the shit out of the enemies. I'm telling you, they are just unstoppable. So few of the strengths that that Phoebe has is that she has a very unique Spectro DPS due to her Spectrofrezzle. She can shred Spectro resistance with her outro skill. She can crowd control on her resonance skill. She can work as a DPS or as a sub DPS depending on the mode. Okay, and let's talk about the few weaknesses. Like I said, she needs enemies to have Spectrofrezzle with her DPS mode, Absolution. Number 2 is that her Spectrofrezzle application is limited in usage and a bit niche, but it's not the case anymore. With Zani, it's much better now. Phoebe is a unique Spectro DPS / sub DPS that makes use of her attribute debuff. She has a Spectrofrezzle which works really great with Zani, just like Zani. Her confession state allows her to apply it very well as a sub DPS, while her absolution state grants increased damage when an enemy has Spectrofrezzle. Okay, so yeah, Zani, you can duel her with Phoebe with Zani, and they will work together great. All right, let's move on to the next one. The next character that I'm going to rank at S tier is probably gonna be Carlotta. Carlotta will be my next character. Okay. So Carlotta is going to be, I'll be ranking her as my S rank character here. Now let's talk about Carlotta. Carlotta is, of course, is a class 2 DPS character. She has access to Sonata effect and Echo that fits her kit like a glove, and she has a very dedicated sub DPS we all know, which is Gigi. Yeah, where's she at? She's gotta be here somewhere. Can't even find her. Yeah, there you go, Gigi. Yeah. So let's talk about Carlotta's strengths. Carlotta boosts great DPS potential with her kit. She's currently one of the best DPS units in the game. Alright. Kota has a dedicated 5-star support, we all know, which is Gigi, which evaluates her damage to the next level. Our new Kota has a Frosty Resolve Sound Sonata effects, making her a well-rounded character at just, well-rounded character, okay? So, yeah, I'm gonna put her at S tier because, we all know Kota works really well with Gigi, and yeah, she's perfect. Now, the next character that I'll be ranking is gonna be the one and only Shorekeeper. Shorekeeper is definitely going to be my the next character for the S rank. Okay. In fact, I'm gonna put Shorekeeper right here. I'm gonna put Shorekeeper right here above Kota. I have to do that. So, Shorekeeper, we all know she's a Spectro Rectifier character in Wuthering Waves that came out last year. All right. Shorekeeper, let's talk about her strengths. Shorekeeper has a off-field healing and a powerful crit rate and crit damage buff, which can be available to all allies through her Resonance Liberation. Shorekeeper has further utility through her other parts of her kit, such as damage amplification, knockdown recovery, and KO prevention. But you have to keep in mind that you need at least 250 energy to keep the crit rate and crit damage buff. So you can apply those buffs to your allies. If you don't have 250 energy, you won't be your allies, your DPS won't be getting the crit rate and crit damage buff. So you have to keep that in mind. All right. Okay, so the next character that I will be ranking at S rank is going to be the one and only Chameleia. Chameleia is probably gonna be my next character. All right, Chameleia. So, Chameleia, of course, we all know is a Havoc main DPS resonator. All right, who can use her budding mode and blossom mode state to deal massive damage. Let's talk about the few strengths Chameleia possesses. She has a great on-field Havoc damage dealer with access to both consistent and burst damage in her kit. She has an access to self-buff through budding and blossom mode, which helps increases her damage. She is a very premium Havoc damage dealer capable of both burst damage and consistent auto attacks that can really shred vibration strength. She has access to an amazing free-to-play weapon, which is Somnor Bunker, making Chameleia an ideal character for free-to-play players as well. All right. So yeah, Chameleia is great and she deserves to be an S rank. Let's move on to the next one. The next character that I'll be ranking is none other than Brandt. All right. Now, when Brandt came out, I was a bit skeptical. I was very, I criticized a lot because I thought he will not be as good as people expect him to be. But I was so wrong about Brandt. I actually skipped Cantarella for Brandt. My pronunciation, my bad. For Brandt, I actually skipped Cantarella. Brandt is an amazing character. He's probably one of my favorite characters in the game right now. All right. Now, the few things I'm going to talk about Brandt. He's such an amazing utility character that provides a lot of insane value, not only just in the fusion team, but outside of the fusion team as well. Brandt, of course, we all know is a fusion sword character in the game. Now, we're going to talk about Brandt's strengths. Brandt is a versatile fusion DPS, can be played as a main DPS or a sub DPS. He can provide heals and shield to team with his 4-day circuit and resonance liberation. He has a unique skill of attack scaling with energy region. He has a great utility with outro skill that provides fusion damage and resonance skill amplification. All right, and yeah, we all know that Brandt is a unique fusion unit, can be played with a variety. Okay. So yeah, as a DPS, Brandt is harder to build, I feel like, but you can manage it with his energy requirement pretty easy. He can be used in different, but not in multiple position. So yeah. All right. So after Brandt, we move on to the next one. We're gonna talk about the next character, which is gonna be who is gonna be. Let's see. The next character that I'll be ranking is probably gonna be Rosia. So Rosia, I'll be ranking her at A rank. Rosia. So Rosia, I'm gonna build her at A rank. The reason why is that you can't use Rokia outside of the Havoc team. You cannot use Rokia outside of the Havoc team. So that is the only reason why. If she was used outside of the Havoc team, I would put her at right here. But I'll be putting her at here. So let's talk about a few of the advantages that Rosia provides to the Havoc team, which is the Chameleia team. She's a very premium Havoc sub DPS that elevates the best Havoc team right now, which is Chameleia, to a newer level. Rosia deals a good chunk of damage thanks to her Midnight Vile Sonata effect set. The damage Rosia deals is not negligible, generally improving the team's DPS as a whole. Rosia can group multiple enemies with her outro skill, making it easier for the main DPS like Chameleia to take on hordes of enemies. Alright, so that is why it makes her really good with Chameleia. If you pair her with Chameleia, it's gonna be really good. And speaking of, as I'm recording the video, Rosia is gonna be out in the second phase, so if you don't have her, it's the best time to get her. If you have Chameleia, and if you're missing out on Rokia, just get her. Just get Rosia. Sorry for pronunciation. Alright. Now the next character that I'll be ranking is probably gonna be Gigi. Now the reason why, okay, so I'm gonna put Gigi most likely here. Yeah, that should be good enough. So let's talk about Gigi. Gigi is a premium Glacio character in Wuthering Waves. Now let's talk about Gigi's few strengths that she provides. She has an outro skill that increases the next Resonator Resonance, skill damage and Glacio damage, which is Carlota. Alright. She has a coordinated attacks through Resonance Liberation. She deals a solid amount of burst damage with her 4-day circuit. And Gigi, we all know she is a very ideal sub DPS for teams whose main DPS benefits from Resonance skill amplification, which is Carlota and like Ginshi. Thanks to her outro skill, Gigi Resonance Liberation also allows her to deal off-field damage through coordinated attacks. Gigi maximizes her potential as a sub DPS, so you'll have to consistently stack her attack, her energy regen to trigger her Resonance Liberation most of the time. Okay, so I'm gonna put Gigi at the A rank. So the next character that I'll be ranking is most likely gonna be Ginshi. I'll be ranking Ginshi at here. Alright, so I'll be ranking Ginshi in here. Ginshi, I wouldn't say she fell off, but she is still good. But after Zani came, I think she probably went down a little bit, Zani, Phoebe. Yeah. Now, Ginshi is obviously a great Spectre DPS character that came out last year. Now let's talk about the few strengths Ginshi possesses. Ginshi deals a lot of amount of damage to her resonance skill, given that you can use all of its variations during Ginshi's rotation. Ginshi's resonance skill provides Unison, a mechanic that replaces Concerto energy when the bar is full. With Ginshi in the team, you can do quick swap playstyle and deal a lot of burst damage using Ginshi and the sub DPS intro skill. So she pairs her, you can pair her with Gigi, and with Gigi, you can take advantage of her resonance skill. So Ginshi resonance skill damage will be sky high if you pair her with Gigi. So if you're missing out on Gigi and if you have Ginshi, this is the best time to get Gigi in the second phase. Most likely after 19 or 18 days from now, for the moment I'm recording. All right. Okay. The next character that I'll be ranking is most likely gonna be Chungi. I'll be ranking Chungi most likely at here. All right. All right. So Chungi is gonna be here. So let's talk about the few advantages that Chungi has. She's a very flexible in team com, can be played as main DPS or sub DPS. She can deal a lot of amount of great damage at her maximum 4-day stacks. Her combo-oriented gameplay provides a lot of attack options. Alright, so I'll be ranking Chungi at here. The next character that I'll be ranking is most likely going to be Spectre Rover. Alright, now Spectre Rover, I'll be ranking him at here. Alright, so Spectre Rover. Let's talk about the few strengths that Spectre Rover has. He is very easy to use with simple combos. He can carry early game and turn into a sub DPS later on. Easy to obtain through resonance gen via story progression. He holds value for Spectro Frazzle strategies, which is Zani. So if you don't have Phoebe, you can use Spectre Rover with Zani as a free-to-play team. He's an amazing character. Actually, I'm only putting him as here. Spectre Rover definitely deserves to be a very valuable character. I feel like his value is actually insane. Speaking of value, I think he deserves to be at here. Right over here. Spectre Rover. Spectre Rover definitely deserves to be at here. He's amazing unit, and I think his value has increased, especially since you can use him with Zani Very free-to-play friendly character. He is a very good character. You can play him as a sub DPS with Zani, and since he has a Spectre Frizzle kit in his kit, you can utilize that with Zani. So if you don't have PB, you can still use him with Zani, so you're not really missing out on anything. All right. Okay, the next character that I'll be ranking is most likely gonna be our Vina. I'll be ranking Vina at here, at A rank. All right. So Vina is most likely gonna be at here. She's a Spectre Rectifier character. She is a very premium healing support and can be used in every single team that is not running. Actually, I'm gonna put Vina at here. Vina deserves to be at here. I don't think she deserves to be at A rank, most likely because she's a very good healer. And yeah, she's very good. She's very good. So I'll be ranking her at S rank. Actually, she deserves to be at S rank, Vina. Right here. Okay. So she's a premium healing support and can be used in every single team that is not running Shorekeeper. Her outro skill is strictly better than Gigi, since the all-type damage deepen attack affects the whole team rather than just a character rectifier. Alright. She has a inheritance skill that allows her to protect a party member from fatal damage, which can also help counteract her squishiness. However, you can only unlock that. Yeah. So, Vina is a great all-rounder support unit who specializes in healing and attack buffs. Her outro skill can provide all-type damage deepen, which can increase the party overall damage. Now let's talk about the few strengths that Vina possesses. Okay. Now, yeah. Okay. So, okay. Let's talk about her strengths. Vina's strengths. She provides a ton of healing. Number 2 is her resonance liberation can also provide coordinated attacks. Vina can protect a party member from fatal damage, although this has a cooldown of 10 minutes, and you need to be Union level 40 for that. Her outro skill can provide 15% all-type damage deepen, which helps increase the party's overall damage. Alright? So, Vina deserves to be at S rank, definitely. Alright? Okay, the next character is most likely that I'm gonna rank is most likely gonna be Gian. So Gian is gonna be at rank B. Gian, we all know, is a arrow damage DPS character in Wuthering Waves, and yeah, Gian is definitely, I'm gonna put him at here. Now let's talk about a few strengths of Gian. Gian has an insanely powerful. Gian gets insanely powerful during his Qinglong mode. He has a very heavy attacks during Qinglong mode and can crowd control enemies. He is best against mobs of enemies thanks to his strong AoE damage. His combos are not hard to understand. Now with the release of Sayakona, I think Gian value would really sky high him to over at here, not at S rank but over at here, somewhere at here. Okay. All right. The next character that I'll be ranking is Shanha. Shanha, I'll be ranking her at most likely at S rank. All right. Actually, yeah. So. Let's talk about the few strengths of Shanha. She has an outer skill that provides basic attack amplified. It's extremely valuable for basic attack damage DPS team. She can do a lot of amount of class damage as well. So Shanha is a sub DPS. Alright, Shanha is a sub DPS that can carry her own weight during battles. She can quickly stack her clarity mechanic using basic attack. She can deal damage by herself quite easily. She shines in a team where she shines in a team where her outro skill, which provides basic attack deepen to the next character taking the field, which makes her a very versatile sub DPS in a team that has a basic attack like, you know, other units. So yeah, I'll be ranking. In fact, I think I'm gonna rank Shanha at here. I think, yeah, she should be fine at here as A rank. Shanha definitely at A rank. The next character that I'll be ranking is probably most likely gonna be Yinlin. Yinlin kind of fell down a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna rank Yinlin at here. Chameleia, most likely I'm gonna rank him in here. He's still really good. Morphe is gonna be at here, most likely. Okay. Now let's see. Carlato, what's his name? Calcharo. I mean, Calcharo is really awful. This character is dog shit. Okay. This character is pretty niche. Spectre Rover is probably gonna be it here. Gigi is decent, not that bad. Let's see who else have. We'll put her in here. He's the worst. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, Cantarella. I'm gonna rank Cantarella most likely at here. Most likely in here, Cantarella. Now the reason why I'm putting Cantarella in here that right now she doesn't have a dedicated support character in the game, so I will be ranking her at here. She's the worst character. Same goes for him. Same goes for her. And yeah. Alright. She's pretty good. She's pretty decent. I'll put her here. Encore is still pretty okay till this day. Yeah, Encore is still pretty okay. Okay, that's right. Alright, so that will be my tier list video for the Wuthering Waves 2.4. Now in the S rank we have Zani, Phoebe, Shorekeeper, Kota, Chameleia, Brandt, Vina. At here we have Rosia, Spectre, Rover, Gigi, Ginshi, Chungi, Shanha, Chameleia, Mortifi. At B we have Gian, Yanlin, Cantarella, Spectre, Rover, Baiji, Encore, and I don't know her fucking name. Carlato, or I don't know all these characters' name, forgot. Alright, don't bat me, don't. Anyways, so that will be my tier list video for Wuthering Waves 2.4. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out. Take care everyone. Bye.